Welcome to another trip to the corner store, man. I got a day in LA founder, Dejon. What's up, man?
Yes, sir. What's up, man? Top of the afternoon, I guess.
Yep. So, there's been a lot of shit going on Twitter, man.
Don't start with a sigh. Don't start with a
Gotta
sigh.
take my glasses off.
You might want to put them on.
To
You
read
might want to
this,
put them
huh?
on.
LA report card.
The new LA rap report card.
Man, what made you do this, bro? What was the when you woke up that day? What were you thinking? Like,
Oh man, I mean, I made it the night before I posted it, and
okay.
first I asked Twitter, did
you
they
slept on it?
Right, I slept on it. First I asked Twitter, did they want it?
Yeah.
I asked, did y'all want me to make a LA rap report card? And maybe about 100 or 120 people engaged with it and said yes.
Shit.
Certain rappers specifically asked to be on it, included from that first tweet. And so I just worked on it overnight, slept on it like you said, and dropped it in the morning. And my life has changed tremendously since dropping it. This is like what, 2 weeks ago.
Seen you on No Jumper. I seen
Yeah.
you was making moves, the engagement, 1 million impressions.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Right, and I mean, of course, going on No Jumper is a great marketing platform or whatnot, but I was just more impressed by having somebody like Baron Davis hit me up, like, hey, pull up.
BD.
And let's talk about the report card
Yeah.
on camera. Like, that was crazy. And then us coming up with a whole nother project and an opportunity for me off that, or a major label offering me a label deal because of this report card.
Wow.
Now I got that on the
Wow.
shit like that.
Hey, that's crazy.
Right, off one post that, again, cost me $0 to make. This costs $0. I spent $0 on this. So, what could be better, you know?
Hey, shit. I be telling like a lot of artists like all content is good content.
Yeah, absolutely.
And no matter how you see it, whether it's positive to you or you feel like it was negative to you, everybody on this list, the fans probably looked up your music.
Right. Well, the number one comment on this post, outside of people talking about my appearance, was calling me a fat ass blogger or whatnot. Was fat ass magazine editor, one. And two was people saying, I don't know who half these people are. That was the number one consistent comment on both Instagram and Twitter. So I feel like any new artist, up and coming artist, obviously like a Caleb for real or Blast, don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But the newer artists on this list, it should be nothing but a thank you, because it's people that don't even know who you are, and it's people that don't even know who you are who are like, I went on an interview a couple days ago with a black platform actually, and it's a podcast. I had a cool time, but they kept saying, like, it was so ironic. They kept saying, I don't know who half these people are, but then in the same breath they would say, you're so wrong for giving them F's and D's and shit.
Yeah.
But if you don't know who they are, that means you never heard their music. How do you know if it's an A, B, C, D, E, F, Z, whatever?
If you don't know who the artists are. So you know the artists.
I know all the artists. That's my job. I know all these artists, projects, important songs, album cuts, if they have albums out, mixtape cuts, if they have mixtapes out. It's artists on here that never even dropped a full project in their life.
Yeah.
So, I studied this, and that's why it's 11 categories.
You graded on the curve, my nigga.
I mean, I used the median style of averaging, and tried to show love to it, but it was what it was. But what I want to be, what I'm consistent about saying is that, so Kool Moe Dee did this in the 90s.
Yeah.
He drew it by hand. I obviously made this on the computer.
Yeah.
So he drew it by hand in the 90s.
And he had the best grades on all of them.
That's kind of fucked up to put yourself on a report card, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to exclude yourself, right? But he gave Snoop Dogg an A based off a similar assessment.
Yeah.
Obviously, Brandon wasn't included in it. I don't think music videos was included in it. But lyricism, impact, cadence, flow, catalog, all that
was all included.
Right. So on a similar assessment in the 90s, Snoop Dogg got an A. Ice Cube got an A. Biggie got an A. Tupac got an A. So if I'm giving these artists a similar assessment, how could they possibly be getting A's and B's? Are we saying that there's 29 rappers in Los Angeles that are on the same caliber level of Biggie, Pac, Snoop, and Ice Cube? If that's the case,
I'm gonna be honest. That is up to people like yourself and the fans, because it's really the fans. They judge on how they
they judge,
and the music writers such as yourself judge on the lyrics, the impact, the flow, like, because
Right.
it's you're blog writing.
But let me ask you this. Well, it's just journalism. But let me ask you this. Have you ever seen the LA Rappers Week or all these rappers sound the same type of tweets before on the timeline?
I've seen that on the timeline.
So when you see that and then you see the My Mixtapes post go viral where they said that California ranks last.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And as it pertains to rap, below New York, below Detroit, below Memphis, below Chicago, below Florida, obviously below Atlanta. How come when I make a document that echoes that sentiment, it's a problem? Y'all get on Twitter every day and talk shit about LA rap, but then when I make a document that's showing you what's exactly wrong with LA rap, like some people are being
inconsistent. You gave their friends an F. You gave some of their friends an F. Some of their friends a D. Some people that they really love, like Blast, a C+.
Right.
And he probably
I love Blast.
He probably the hottest person on this list.
I love Blast, and he's a C+ now. Maybe, and not even maybe. Hopefully, one day he'll be an A+ artist. Is he an A+ artist right now? No, he doesn't even have a debut album out. What are you talking about? You get what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make any sense. The people that got A's and B's put out debut albums that sold hundreds of thousands of records in their first week.
Why does Vince Staples have an F?
Why does Vince Staples have an F?
Yeah.
Listen, the music puts me to sleep. It's
that's
too mellow.
That's your opinion,
yeah,
though.
Absolutely.
And I know all the people who are from Long Beach State, they probably had a problem with that.
That's great. That's great. That's great. I rejoice in that.
Vince Staples global.
That works to my point. If anybody had the fan base, the core fan base that Vince Staples had, they would be the biggest rapper in California. Like, why isn't he hotter than Mozzie? You don't think Vince Staples has more worldwide fans than Mozzie? He's had his own show on Cartoon Network. But why isn't he hotter than Mozzie? Because he doesn't apply that type of pressure. And his records...
It depends, though. Because it's like, what do you say is hot? What's hot? Like, people banging in the car, or getting your music played on the radio, or getting your music spun by multiple fans and streams. Those factor in, but it's overall impact and its overall presence. And Vince Staples doesn't have a presence. Vince Staples has fans. He doesn't have a presence. And so to me, that works against him when it comes to scoring. It's like you have this great resource, this huge cult fan base, but you so low key and nonchalant and lackadaisical with it that you're not capitalizing off of that. I feel like that might be his character, though. But,
and that's a handicap. And that's a handicap that LA has, because you have. Look at Roddy Ricch. His character is, well, I grew up listening to Young Thug and Future, and I like this type of music better than I like. Because his new record doesn't sound like it's from LA. Doesn't sound like a West Coast project. Our biggest artist commercially right now doesn't sound like he's from LA. That's not a handicap to LA.
That is. I feel like that
it's an asterisk. Right.
Trap music goes global. I'm gonna be honest. The BPM range that the West Coast artists are in,
right.
We don't get that. We don't get that look. So I feel you. It is up to the bigger names to put out more singles that, push the LA. Yeah,
push the LA sound. The whole country. When you look at it, the whole country is. LA inspired. Everybody's doing gangster rap. So if you're doing gangster rap, you're inspired by Los Angeles. So everybody else is doing our shit, but we're not doing our shit. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We lost our sound, but everybody else took the bits and pieces of LA that they wanted. You got people cripping in different states. You got people bloods in different states. On wax, on records, and in videos with blue rags and red rags and whatnot. But here we are trying to take from them when it's like, obviously we have the sauce. We just got to tap back into our sound, tap back into our format, because that's when we were selling records, when we was doing that. So I feel like if Roddy had, like people were saying, he should have got with Mustard and had Mustard executive produce the album, or if he had some LA producers.
I would love to see a Roddy and
Mustard project.
As a producer, I love that collab.
That's the biggest record off the project.
Yeah.
Is the Mustard record.
I like a couple records off there.
It's not the worst project I ever heard, but
it's not an LA project.
It's not an LA project.
And that's the problem you feel that us LA artists have. Some of us aren't making LA projects.
Right. Isn't nothing wrong with doing trap records and trap features and stuff like that.
Yeah, you gotta expand.
Right, but this is the analogy I use. It's like Obama. His first term, I understood he had to go in there and play by the book and do what they said because it's his first term and he wants to win again. But once you win again, my nigga, do something for home team. You get what I'm saying? Like, and Obama didn't do anything for black people on his second term. Just like I feel like Roddy Ricch, you had the second album with label dollars behind it and the machine behind it, and you chose to give Atlanta another album.
Yeah.
You chose to give Young Thug and Future fans another album instead of giving the West the classic sophomore album that it deserved.
All right. Is there any artists that you didn't put on here that you feel like could have graded at higher or graded higher than some of these artists?
I'll say that one person. I'm human. I make mistakes. Reason, and I apologize to him because he reached out to me the same day I posted it. Like he was like, "Bro, why you didn't put me on there?" And I'm like, "Man, it just slipped my mind. It wasn't even intentional or nothing. It's just me being a human and making a mistake. I definitely wanted to put Reason on there because there's nobody from TD on here, and obviously Schoolboy Q and Kendrick aren't a part of today's LA rap conversation, but Reason is. So I should have put Reason on there. So I'll say that. That's the one person who's missing.
All right. Out of these people, would you change any of their grades today? Since you put this out.
Since I put this out, no. Well, maybe Airplane James, he would go from a B- to, I would have to add a point to his catalog because he just dropped a new project.
Okay.
I would have to up Airplane James' score a little bit, just a little bit. And that'll probably be it. Because nobody else has dropped a project. It's just this.
We got Jason Cash just
dropped a D+ record, and I fuck with that's another record. And, we saw Mustard pick him up from the... I guess the feedback from the Clubhouse, not the Clubhouse, Twitter Space conversation we had from the LA Rap Workshop we do every week. So, absolutely, Jason Cash is improving and, putting more music out. Hopefully that'll be his theme this year. But, I don't think that I would change anybody's grade on here.
Do you feel like you're going to see some of these people out in the world that you may have given the D or F to? They gonna wanna fight you, man.
I mean, well, one, I'm nice with my hands. That's something a lot of people don't know. That's something a lot of people don't know about me. I'm actually pretty nice with my hands. I've won fights before. I've lost fights before. It is what it is.
We all win and lose.
As long as you get out there. Also, it's like that's just not my energy though.
Yeah.
Like that's just when I walk in rooms, people are gentlemen to me. Because that's the type of energy I give off. I'm a nice guy. I'm easygoing. I'm not no tough guy. I'm not no gangster. I'm not no criminal. I'm not none of that. I'm a journalist, bro. So if niggas want to fight when they see me, I guess niggas just be fighting.
I guess we can fight it, man.
But it won't be a big deal to me.
It won't. You're going to be fighting the journalist because because you gave him a grade.
I'm either win or lose.
How you feel. This is how you feel.
Yeah, this is how I felt that day, yeah.
And it translated crazy. Like, it got a lot of views, bro. It was... I say you took up like 3 or 4 days of the timeline.
I saw that, but I mean, by like day 5 and niggas still crying, it's like, goodness gracious, bro. Like, move on from this.
Then you dropped the merch.
Yeah, I got the, I should have worn one today. I got the Pro Card tees and then the NFT, I'm just waiting on it to go live, but it is uploaded. Whenever the link goes live, the NFT will be up. So yeah, I got, I'm smart.
Could this be a yearly thing you do now?
Yeah, I want to do this once a year.
Okay. Because you do the freshman list.
The freshman
cover.
Thank you
for putting me on there.
Absolutely, man. You deserved it. You killed the cipher. I always tell people that you really killed the cipher, and just to have.
I don't want to know my grades, so don't tell me.
Just to have. You want me to grade you? Because you got a pen. You got a pen. I'll flip this shit over.
Don't grade me today.
All right, but just to have a producer.
Yeah.
Just to have
That's the ego artists have, man.
Just to have a producer / rapper on the cover meant a lot to me because that's something that we don't get too often out here anymore. So that was just a blessing to have.
Yeah, Quick was one of them ones.
Right, yeah. So just to have you continue in that lineage is important to me. So I just want to represent that on the freshman cover. But let me just say that this year's freshman cover, I vouch to be the best one.
Yeah.
Because after this experience, when I tell you this experience changed my entire life, not just financially in the trajectory of my company or whatnot, but just me as a man. This experience taught me who was using me or who felt like they was using me. Yeah. Not who was using me, but who felt like they were using me. And like it taught me who I need to separate myself from, who I'm actually better than, people that don't deserve my company and all that. This is the first time in my life where I've ever felt that way and could stand on that. Like, no, I am Dejon Paul, and I am too good to be around certain people, and I am too good to waste my time with certain people because their talent or their work ethic or whatnot, it doesn't match mine, and that's just what it is.
And to advance, sometimes you gotta let people go.
True, and so that's why I say this year's freshman cover is going to be the best one because I'm focused, and I'm not going to have any slackers. It's not going to be any slackers on the cover, and you know, every year, even last year, was 3 people that didn't show up. Mm-hmm. And then everybody's asking,
wow.
Well, yeah, but year 1, it was 3 people that didn't show up.
Yeah.
So year 1, everybody's saying, where's the person from Inglewood? Where's the person from Inglewood? You don't have no love for Inglewood. Nobody from Inglewood is on there.
They didn't show up.
But they didn't show up. And then last year, where's the female rapper? Where's the female rapper? You don't love female rappers? You sexist or something? You don't support women? You don't support black women? She didn't show up.
Yeah. So it's a lot of underlying stories that go behind, you know, the shit, and people just don't understand that you actually reached out and they just didn't fall through.
Yeah, that's that. So this year I plan on inviting people to the cover that I feel like have the work ethic to make sure that they're there. And if they're not going to be able to be there, they communicate it with me efficiently.
Well, that's pretty much all my questions, man.
Don't cut on no beat. I know that much.
You gonna rap?
I'm not gonna rap.
We about to grade you.
I'll beatbox.
We about to grade
I'm not no
you
rapper.
today.
I'm a journalist. But hey, let me just say this real quick. If I was to grade you, just know that some of your categories will be a 10, bro, for real. A few of these categories will actually be a 10. The branding, I would have to put a 10 because Corner Store Podcast is booming. You had all the best rappers this year or last year on this, so you'd have some 10s. Don't sweat. I'm looking at it right now. I'm thinking like, okay, it's a couple 10s on there, so you wouldn't be doing that bad.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I appreciate it. So all you rappers out there, you feel me? Drop some music. You feel me? Send it in. Send it to Dejon. He gonna listen.
Yep.
How many? What's that? One more question. How many artists do you like listen to on a weekly basis, like new, or you try to?
I try to listen to as many as I can. I do sessions, whether I'm at the house, whether I'm at my office, whether I'm hanging with the ladies at their house playing Uno or whatever. Okay, let's cut on the submissions that we have this week, and we're actually launching a new submissions page. On that ADLA page on Monday, and you know we just did that ADLA challenge.
Yeah,
and we gave it to an artist named Yeezy, because he had the best freestyle to me. So, you know, we're doing things to kind of keep the new talent coming in. Right.
Man, so I like that. I fuck with that. You putting on for the people in LA, which is needed. We like the mecca of entertainment, but our music suffers. So for people like you to just even put the artist name out there on the platform, on your platform, and getting it to other platforms is really huge. So shout out to you, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah, shout out to me.
And this is another trip to the corner store.
Yes,